Hey everyone, I was just looking at my phone today and it kind of hit me. I've had the iPhone 16 for a full year now, which is crazy, right? Time just flies. And I see all the hype building for the new iPhone 17 and it got me thinking, how has this one actually held up? After all the initial reviews and the hype dies down, what's it really like to live with? I remember when I first got my hands on it, there were a few things that really stood out. For starters, the design, they brought back that vertical camera layout, which I personally think looks super clean. And then we finally got the action button on the standard model, which was a huge feature from the iPhone 15 Pro. Honestly, I use it all the time. And I have to say, this matte frosted pink finish, I still think it's one of the best colors Apple's ever made. The display itself is gorgeous too, it's crisp, it gets really bright when you're outside, but, and this was the big but back then too, it's still 60 Hz. So with all that in mind, how does it actually feel a year later? Let's get into it. Okay, so first things first, the stuff that I still really like. Honestly, this thing is really fast, like impressively fast. I mean, it's not just fast for a phone fast. I remember when this came out, it was the first time the standard iPhone could actually handle those huge AAA console level games. And a year later, that's still wild to me. Being able to actually play stuff like Assassin's Creed Mirage or Resident Evil, like the full game on this thing, is just incredible. The A18 chip in here really handles it, turning it into a legit little gaming machine. So yeah, for day-to-day stuff, it's obviously smooth, but knowing it has that kind of power is just really cool. I almost take it for granted now. And the battery life has been pretty great, actually. I can easily get through a full day. I just checked my battery health before this, and after a year, I'm at about 94, which for how much I use my phone, I'm pretty happy with that. And of course, the camera. I mean, look, I'm not a professional photographer or anything, but for my daily use, taking pictures, food and other stuff, it's fantastic. The photos are sharp, the colors look natural, and it's just so reliable. You just point, shoot, and you know you've got a good picture. It's a solid camera system, even a year later. And it's funny, this was the model that introduced that new camera control button on the side. At first, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was just a gimmick. I barely used it. But yeah, after a year, I've actually gotten so used to it. Just being able to hold the phone like a real camera and do a little half press to lock focus, it's become second nature. It's one of those things you don't think you need until you have it. So yeah, between the great picture quality and little features like that, it's just a solid camera system, even a year later. All right, but it's not perfect. No phone is. And there are a couple of things that, after a year, they kind of get to you. The biggest one for me, and you've probably heard this before, is the screen on the standard model. It's a 60 Hertz display, and I know it sounds like a techie thing, but you notice it, especially now in 2025, you put it next to a Pro model or even some other phones, and you see how buttery smooth theirs is. It's not a deal breaker, obviously, I've used it for a year, but it's the one thing that makes the phone feel a little dated. The other thing is that this phone can get warm. Yeah, it gets pretty toasty sometimes. Especially if I'm using GPS in the car on a sunny day or playing a game for more than like 60 minutes. It's never shut down on me or anything, but you can definitely feel the heat. And what about that big new feature they launched with Apple Intelligence? For me, it's not that impressive as Apple promised when it was first introduced because, Apple Intelligence by now is still in its early stages like a beta. It's gotten better with updates and it has some neat tricks for sure. But if I'm being honest, most of the time when I need a powerful AI, I still find myself just opening up an app like Gemini or ChatGPT. They just feel more capable right now. So is Apple Intelligence cool? Yeah. Is it the reason to own this phone? Not for me, not yet. So that brings us to the big question. Should you buy an iPhone 16 right now in late 2025? Here's my honest take. If you're looking to buy a new phone today, I would probably tell you to wait. Just hold on for a few more weeks. The iPhone 17 is literally right around the corner. Once that comes out, this phone, the iPhone 16, is going to get a nice price drop. So you'll either get a better deal on this one, or you might decide you want the new one. Either way, waiting is the smart move. Now, if you already have an iPhone 16, just keep it. You're not missing out on a whole lot. This is still an amazing, powerful phone that will probably get software updates for another 4 or 5 years. It's a workhorse. No need to feel that pressure to upgrade. Anyway, those are just my thoughts after a year. It's been a great, super reliable phone with a couple little quirks. Hope this was helpful for any of you thinking about it. Let me know what you think down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!